So if you go to the classroom of today, you will see that two modules has been uploaded. One is our lecture, and the other one is assignments. So these are assignments for today after the class. So if you click on this, you will see that there's an image file there that contains what we are going to design today. So if you click on that image file, it is going to open up in your PC. Alright, so this is what we're going to be designing with HTML. So today I'm going to teach you guys how to work with text in HTML, how to work with text, how you can underline a text, how you can create a big heading like this, and how you can create this kind of headings, how you can write text, how you can make word bold. So these are things we are going to be talking about today. That's what I'm going to be doing today. So I'm not going to take much time today. Alright, so let's go to the content of today. So in HTML, there's something called tag. Let me increase my text size so you guys can see it. So in HTML, there's something we call tag in HTML. Tag. So when you hear the word tag, this is a tag in HTML. This is a tag in HTML. So a tag is any word that is inside an angle brackets. So this is a tag. This is a tag. I can also do something like this. So this is a tag. I can also do um, are you there? These are tags. These are tags in HTML. So a tag is when you write a word and put it inside this kind of brackets. They are referred to as what? Tag. And in HTML, we have two types of tag. We have two types of tag. We have open tag and close tag. This one is open tag and this is the close tag. So close tag usually has this slash at the back of it. That's the close tag. So close tag usually have this slash at the back. So how do you use kind of tag? So you can see this one also. This one is a p tag. This is a p tag. Though in HTML there's nothing called tag in HTML. We don't have a tag called tag in HTML. But we have p tag and we have h1 tag. And I will tell you what it does. Alright, so this is how you write a p tag, and if you're asked to close the tag, this is how you close it. This is how you write the close tag. So this is h1 tag, and if you're asked to close it, this is how you close the h1 tag. So basically, a tag is a word or alphabet or letter inside an angle bracket. Alright, so since you understand that now, let's talk about elements. What is an element? An element is a combination of open tag, the contents that you want to put in the tag, and what? The close tag. Now the question is, what is this tag used for? What is it used for? This tag that we talked about just now, what is it used for? Now tag in HTML are used to describe content. Are used to tell the browser that this is heading, this is a paragraph, this is a form, this is a list, this is an image, this is a video. You understand? That's what tag is all about. So you use the tag to tell the browser what the content of your website is. You understand? So when you tell the browser that this is the heading, the browser is going to display it as a heading. If you tell the browser this is a paragraph, the browser is going to display it as a paragraph. If you tell the browser this is a form, the browser is going to display it as a form. So that's basically what a tag does. Now to use a tag, the way you use it is you open the tag, put the content you are trying to describe here, then you close the tag. So the content you are trying to describe will be in between the open and the close tag. So this is how you describe, or this is how you use HTML tag. Now when you write the tag, the content and the close tag together, everything together is what you refer to as an element. Are you there? Everything together is called an element. So we have tags and elements. Tag is a word that is inside angle brackets, And we have two types of tag, though there are other ones, but we're going to talk about two for now. So we have two types, which is the open tag and the close tag. We have the open tag. Sorry, we only have two types of tag. Yes, we have two types of tag. The other ones are elements. So we have two types of tag. We have the open tag and the close tag. The open tag does not have slash, right? The close tag has slash at the back of the letter. So that's the difference between the open and the close tag. You understand? Now, when you use the close tag to describe a content, when you use the close tag to describe content on your web page, it's referred to as an element, just like what you can see here. It's referred to as an element. So now let's talk about some of the tags in HTML. The first tag we are going to talk about in HTML is the first tag you will always add at the top of your document, which is called doc type HTML. This is how you write it. This is how you write it. So this is the only tag in HTML that is kind of different. Now, what this guy does is it tells the browser that you are trying to write what an HTML document, an HTML5 document, because HTML has different version and HTML is currently version 5. So when you write this, the browser will now understand that the HTML you want to write in this page or in this file is an HTML5. It's an HTML version 5, the version 5 of HTML. That's what they are trying to write in this file. All right. So after that, the next thing you want to write is the starting point of your HTML. So you just say HTML. Now, when the browser sees this HTML open tag and close tag, the browser will understand that everything you put in between this tag is your HTML content. Anything you add in between this tag is your HTML content. So right now, if I save this now and come back to my browser, right? And come, let me stop my server. So when I do this, the next thing you need to do now is to run your server. Because right now, if you check the bottom here, you see that my server is not running. I'm still having go live here. So if your server is running, you see the port number. But if you don't see any port number here, it means your server is not running. So you have to click on go live to run your server. So if I click on go live, you can see it's starting and my server is running. And right now that my server is running, you can see that the port number is 5500. So telling me that my server is running at port 5500. So if I come to my browser now, if I come now to my browser, you can see my web page is empty because I haven't added content to my web page. I've not added content to my web page. So the first thing we are going to fix right now is let's see. All right. So the first thing we need to fix right now is the title of our website. Because let's go to other website. If you check our Google Classroom website, you see that at the top of your browser it has a title, and the title is what? Classwork for Web Development Foundation. If you check this app that I'm using for drawing, you see that it has the title, which is what? Untitled file dash what? Eraser. But if you check, our own website has this title, which is same as our address here. So the title is same as our address, but I want to change this. I want to change this title to my HTML website. How do you do that in the browser? How do you do that in HTML? Sorry. So I'll come to HTML here. I'm going to add a head tag. And inside that head tag, I will just put title. And inside this title tag, I will just type the title I want. So I will say my first website. So immediately you do that and save, if you come back to your browser now, when you refresh, you'll see that the title has changed to my first website. Or you can just use, instead of website, you can say web page. Save, come back to the browser, and as you can see, we have my first web page. You understand? So this is one of the things you can do with that. So with the title tag, you can set your title for your browser. You can set the title for your browser using the title tag. All right. So now the next thing is to start adding content to our website. How do we add content to this white space? How do we add content to this white space? To do that, you just come down here after the head, after the close tag of the head, you come down and type body. Now, when you type this body tag, you can put anything inside here and to display your page. So I can say, this is my first this is my first web page content. All right, so I will save this. So if I come back to my browser, as you can see, we have it there. This is my first web page content. So this is basically how easy it is to write HTML. All you need to do is to understand the different tags and their function. You will be able to write HTML. But the first thing you need to understand is this structure, how to structure the web page. You understand how to structure before you start writing your content. Let's come again. The first thing you define is your document type by just saying column doc type HTML. You understand? Then after that, the next thing you need to do is to type HTML, which is to tell the browser that this is the starting of your HTML and this is the end of your HTML. Mind you, the open tag marks the starting of the content, while the close tag marks the ending of the content. So, which means everything we're going to be doing will be in between the open and the close tag. So, in between this open and close tag, I'm going to create another tag called the head tag. Now, this head tag is used to add any information you want to add about the browser, like the author who created the website, the title of the website, the description of the website, so many other information that you can add, which we are going to talk about later on. But for now, the only thing I have taught you right now is to set the title. I will teach you how to set the author and other information. So for now, it's just the title. So to do that, use the title element to do that. So I will just say title, and in this title, I can put any title here. I can say my first page. If I save this, come to the browser, you see I have with there my first page. Then if I want to add content, all I need to do is to create a body tag inside HTML, and I can put any content there. I can just say hello world. If I save this, come back here, you can see that my content is there, hello world. All right, so let's proceed. Right now, what we want to do is to design this portfolio. We want to design this simple portfolio using HTML. So before we start designing this, let's talk about some of the tags we need for this design. So the first thing I want to talk about is heading, because as you can see, the first thing we have in this page is a heading. So we have this heading, we have these other headings. You can see that these ones are smaller headings, while this one is bigger than these other ones. So I'm going to talk about them right now. All right. So the first thing we're going to talk about in HTML is heading elements. In HTML, we have different heading elements ranging from 1 to 6. So we have heading 1 down to heading 6. Now, the higher the number, the bigger the heading, and the smaller the number, the smaller the heading. So when you use 6, you see that 6 will be very small. 6 is the maximum. 6 is the smallest heading, and 1 is the biggest heading. So I can say this is heading 1. Let's just make the content heading 1. So I'll say heading 1. Then I'm done with that one. I'll create another one for heading 2. So I'll just say heading 2. Or rather, I can say this is second. This is second heading. Alright. Then I can do another one. This is third. So this one I'll change this to 4. I change this to 4. So this is fourth. This is fourth. Okay. All right. The fifth and sixth. So I'll say this one is 5. I'll say this is 5. This is the fifth heading. 6 and 6. And I'll say this is the 6th heading. So if I save this and come back to the browser, you can see here that we have heading. I see now the H1 is bigger and the H6 is very small. So the bigger the number, the smaller the heading. That's how it works. The bigger the number, the smaller the heading. But most times, You will hardly use 5 and 6. I think if I'm designing web pages, I usually stop at 4. I haven't used 6 that much. I haven't used 6 because these numbers are not based on the number of heading you have. It's based on the level of heading you have. For example, let me use this content. If you check this content, this one might be heading 1 because this is the first and the main heading of this website. While this one are going to be heading 2, heading 2, heading 2, heading 2, heading 2. Now this, all of them here, they are all heading 2 because they are subheading of this guy. They are under this. But if, for example, technical expertise has like another heading inside of it, that one will be heading 3. So it's based on the level. So this is first level heading, this is first level heading, this second level, this second level, this second level. So everything here is second level. Why this one is first level? So you specify the heading based on the level, based on the level. So that's how you use heading elements. That's how to use heading elements. Then the other type of element you have is the paragraph elements. So I'll come down here and I'll say paragraph. So you use the P elements. So this P element is for paragraph. Whenever you want to make a paragraph, use the P element. So I can say this is my first paragraph. So with this, I'm telling the browser that this text I'm writing here is a paragraph. So the browser is going to display this text as a paragraph. So if you save this now, come back to the web page, you see that we have it there. This is my first paragraph. So the browser is formatting this as a paragraph. So it's on its own line. Alright, so that's how you define the paragraph. Then another text element I'm going to talk about is bold. How do you make a word bold? Now, to make a word bold in HTML, you use a tag called strong tag. Strong tag. So, for example, this paragraph, I want to make it bold. So, to do that, I will say, I will use the strong element to do that. So, I'll come here and I'm going to say strong. So, this is the open tag, and I will put the close tag here. So, meaning I want the boldness to start from here and end here. That's how I'm putting the tag there. So, it started from here and the boldness will end here. So if I save this now, come back to the page, you will see now that paragraph is now bold. Paragraph is now bold. Same thing, you can also underline. You can also underline. So let's say I want to underline the paragraph. I want to underline the whole paragraph. So to do that, I'll come here. There's a tag called U. With U, you can underline. So I'll say U. So this is U. Then I'll close it at the end of the paragraph. So I'll come here and I'll say slash U just to close the tag. So this is the close tag of U, and this is the open tag of U. So if I save this now, I'll come back to the page. You can see the text has been what? Underlined. So this is how you can underline text in HTML. So as you can see now, if you come to this class up, you see that I've covered basically most of the things that I used there. We've talked about headings. We've talked about the different headings. So we can say this one is H1, this one is H2, 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 H2. Then we've talked about bold. So with bold, I can make this word bold using the strong tag. And all of these guys, I can also make them bold using the strong tag. The only thing we've not talked about is list, how to create a list. So we're going to talk about this either today or tomorrow. We're going to talk about list either today or tomorrow. Alright, so what's remaining for us now is to design. We've also learned today. Let's see if we can design this page. Let's see if we can create this simple design. Remember, I know you might be saying, what kind of design is this? Is this simple, this ugly thing I want to design? Yes, that's HTML for you. Remember, I told you guys that HTML does not have design. You don't design with HTML. You only use HTML to add content to your page. After adding the content to your page, you can now use CSS to design the content. You start adding color, adding animation and all that. But HTML focuses on the content, just putting the content on the page. CSS does the design after you've added it using HTML. Then JavaScript has the functionality. That's after designing and adding your content. If you want to add functionality, JavaScript does that work for you. You understand? So most of the things we are going to be designing in HTML class are going to be looking like this, black and white. Then later on in the course, we'll start adding color when we start talking about CSS. All right, so my time for this session is up. My time is up for this session. So I'm going to end the meeting now, and I'll share you another meeting link which we are going to use to design this project. Because if I say we should design I have 5 minutes, I don't think we'll design this in 5 minutes. So this will take us like 20 minutes or so. So I don't really know. So I will end this meeting now, and we'll come back and design this. But before we end the meeting, any question? Are you guys with me?
Yes, we are with you. I'm with you.
All right. So any question?
No question.
All right. Felix, are you with us? Mr. Felix, are you with us? Oh, are you sure Felix is with us? All right. So
I'm not sure.
all right. So in the absence of no question, I'm going to
Sorry, sorry.
end.
I didn't know I was muted though. I was even talking.
Okay. Okay. So do you have any question?
So it's about this live server that I installed. I don't know what next to do.
Have you installed the live server?
Yes, sir.
Now, when you install the live server, look at the bottom right of your VS Code. Are you seeing Go Live? Can you see Go Live?
No, I haven't. My VS Code.
Are you sure you?
Yes, yes.
All right.
Yes, I just saw it now.
Good. When you click on it, it starts your server for you.
Okay. Said I should open a folder or workspace. I opened it.
Which means you do not open a folder in VS Code. You just click on VS Code. You just launch VS Code. So close that VS Code and open your folder in VS Code. Right click on your folder and say open with code.
Okay, I should close my VS Code.
Yeah. Close it. Then go to your folder you created. Right click open with code.
You said I should allow Abby
Yeah, allow.
if I want. Is that
Yes, 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 allow.
okay? I just did now.
Is it running in your browser now?
Yes.
All right, all right, all right. So I think that
Thank you.
would all right. So that would be all. So I'm going to end this class now. Then when I come back, we are going to build this project on the screen. We are going to build it together. Are you with me? All right. So
Okay, sir.
Yes.
all right. So expect the link in a minute.
Oh,
All right. Michael, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. All right. Okay, so we are going to create this design. Where is Felix? Felix, where are you? All right, so let's proceed since Felix is no longer available. All right, so to design this page,
Okay.
we need to create a project, or rather a folder for this. So the first thing we need to do now is to come to our desktop. Okay, so come to your desktop and let's create a new project. So I'll create a new folder here, and I'm going to call it class work, or whatever you want to call it. You can say classwork portfolio. So we can just call it classwork portfolio. And now I will just right click and open with code. So this is it here. I'm open with code. Okay, yes, I trust. Alright. So the website is open with code. I'll just zoom in so that you can see the page very well. Okay. So now the
It's
first
mine, sir.
please mute. So the first thing we need to do now is to create our index.html
When
file.
you people dey see this thing?
That's the first thing we need to do. So we need to create our index.html file where we are going to design all this. So remember what I told you in the class before, in the previous class, I said the first thing we need to start with is the document declaration. I'll say doc. This is doc.html. So this to tell HTML that this is an HTML5 document. The next thing is HTML, which is the starting of our HTML. And the next is our head. Then for the title of this page, if you come to this website, let's use the same title. What is here as the title? Or rather, let's call it Anita Joy Portfolio. Let's do that. Say Anita Joy Portfolio, that would be the title. So I'll just say Anita Joel Portfolio. So we'll do that now and say go live. So I'm done with the title. So let me go live. So if I click on go live, Alright, so it's running right now, so I can close this one. Alright, so this is it, and it's a Joel's portfolio, and it's a Joel portfolio. So now let's add the content. So the first thing I want to add now is this title here, and it's a Joel dash software developer. So this will be H1. This is like H1. So I'll come here, I'll say body, then inside the body, I'm going to put all that. So I'll say H1, and it's a Joel dash software developer. Alright, come back to the browser. You can see I have it there, and it's a Joel software developer. Okay, I think some persons are joining us. Alright, Abubakar. Please mute your mic, please. Abubakar, what's the question? Alright, so we have this Anita Joel software developer here, and that's what we have here. But as you can see, this one is not underlined, but if you check the design, Anita Joel is underlined. So let's underline it. So remember, the tag to underline is where the U element is used to underline, or the U tag rather. So to do that, I'll come here. I would, or maybe I can cut it out first, and I'll say U, and I'll put it inside the U. So this is here. So if I save this now, come back here. As you can see, I have an Agile software developer, and it's underlined. Come here, see that's underlined. So the next thing is the paragraph. So this is the paragraph. The paragraph says, "Welcome, I'm Anita Joel, a passionate software developer, blah, 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 blah." Now, in order not to waste time with the typing, I think I have the text somewhere in my computer, so I'll just copy it from there. Then I will come to VS Code. That will be a paragraph. So I'll come down here. So paragraph. So this is a paragraph, and I'll just put it in between the paragraph, and I will save. So this the text is very long. That's why. So let me scroll back. So I say the text is very long. So I think I need to still reduce this part here. So if I save this now, come back to the browser. So if I come back here, you see we have the text here. Welcome to blah 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 blah, up to this point. Okay. So the next thing we need to do now is to make Anita Joel. We need to make Anita Joel bold. We need to make it bold. Welcome, I'm Anita Joel. We need to make the Anita Joel bold. So how do we get that? To do that, we have to use the strong elements. So I'll come here. I'm going to say strong. Okay, then this is the close tag. I'll remove the close tag and put it at the end of the code text. Okay. So we want only Anita Joel to be bold. If I save this, come back here. As you can see, Anita Joel is bold. Alright, so that's that for that part. Then the next thing is this heading. So as you can see, this guy is bigger than this, so this might be H2. This is H2. Now if you check this, they are the same size, so which means all of them, all this heading are H2. So let's start with this one first. So my services H2. So I'll come back here, and I'm just going to say H2. I'm going to say my services. We'll save that, come back to the code. So you can see we have my services. Then the next thing I need is the contents here. this paragraph. So to do this, we need to. I will still copy it because I have the text already. Yeah, I was the one that created it, so I have the text. So I'll come down here and I'll say paragraph. And inside this paragraph, now you'll notice that we have bullets here. We have this circle here, but I haven't taught you guys how to do this. So we are going to skip this one. I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. So I haven't taught you guys how to do this. So for now, we are going to be using dash. So I'll say dash, and I'll paste the content. I would say, I'll come down here, I'll say dash, and I'll get the second content, come and I'll paste it, enter, say dash, I'll get the third content here, and I'm going to paste it. Alright, so these are the three contents here: web development, API, and website maintenance. Just like what we have here. So we have web development, API, and website maintenance. But if you come to our website, you see that it's not displayed like that. All of them is just like a single text. That's how HTML works. Now, one thing you should understand about HTML is that even if you are adding a new line here, HTML will see new lines as space. So if I come here and do something like this, hello, how are you? If I do something like this, HTML is going, if you print this in your browser, it's going to display like this in your browser. Hello, how. So the browser will see these new lines as space. So how do we fix it? So in the browser, if you need a new line, you need you need to use a tag called B arrow. This B arrow tag is called break rule. It doesn't have a close tag, it's just like this. You don't have close tag for it. Or if you want to close it, you can just do it like this. This is how you close it. Now this kind of tag is not called, it's not an open tag, it's not a closed tag. This tag is referred to as self-closing tag or empty tag. That's what we call this kind of tag. Self-closing or empty. We call them self-closing or empty because they don't describe content. It's just used to do something. And in this case, it's used to break to a new line. It's called break rule, meaning break to a new line. So when you put this thing here, it means anything that is next to it is going to a new line. So if I bring, because this guy is after this BRO, it's going to show like this in your browser. So create a new line. You understand? So that's how it works. So that's what I want to add in our page here. So I'll come to the end of this document. Or rather, you might not come to the end. I might do that here. Say BRO, meaning break. And I'll do that here also, break. So meaning after this list, break to a new line. After this one, break to a new line and add this one. So that's how it's going to be. Web development, new line. Well, API development, new line. So if I save this now, come back to the page, you are going to see it like that. So you see web development, created a new line, put app development, went to a new line, and put website maintenance. So this is how you can create new line using HTML. So we use the B arrow tag to start a new line in HTML. Okay. So the next thing is, the next title is what's it called? Technical expertise. The technical expertise. So let's do that one. So I'll come down here. I'll do the same thing. So after the paragraph, I'll come down another H2 and I'll say technical expertise. I don't know, is it expertise or I think it's like this. I'll save this. Then same thing, we need the content. So for technical expertise, we have front end, back end, and database. Yeah, front end, back end, and database. That's what we need. So we need to add it here: front end, back end, and database. All right. So we need to type that. So I think I have them here. So I'll just go copy it. So I can paste it in my code. So after this, I need a paragraph, and in this paragraph, I can paste it here. Let me arrange it. So the same thing is number one dot, number two dots, and number three dots. So we also need new line. So we need break to a new line, and after this one, also break to a new line. Come down here to the page. You see we have it front end, back end, and database. Okay, then next is project highlights. So you see, it's not really difficult. It's very easy to do. So for project highlights, basically the same thing. Come down here, H2 project highlights. So on and so forth. So this is how you build it down to the bottom. And if you come back here, the project highlights, we have e-commerce platform, social media apps, and crypto apps. So same thing, I'll do type this yourself and put it on your page. So I'm not going to build this to the end though. I'm not building it to the end because it's part of your assignment. It's part of your assignment. The assignment is for you to complete this project and another one. There are two projects there for you to complete. So I'll copy this, come down here to my code, and I'll say paragraph, and I'm just going to paste the text. Come back here. So this is what was this? Daisy. All right. So we are still going to use dash for the circles. Come here. I'll say dash 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 dash. Still, if we do it like this, they are still going to be in one line. So we need to break. So I'll come here. I'll say BRO break to a new line. And say BRO break to a new line. Save this and come back to the page. We have this. That's it. So I guess I'll be stopping here. Then you guys to finish this other one. So what I offer, you write it, connect with me, you write all this. But make sure you make this guy bold. Make it bold. This will be strong, strong, strong. And this text will just be here like this. So this is basically how you can replicate this design you have here. You see how easy it is to build your website? This is how easy it is to build your website. Just know the right tag to use, and you are good to go. So I decided not to finish it because of the time. Because of the time, I'm checking the time I have for the project. So any question? Any question?
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay, ask
So
it.
somebody um now since you said HTML is for structuring, right?
Yeah,
So now that we have different uh, for instance, now we have this P tag, paragraph tag.
yeah.
If you want if we want our text to be uniform, like all through, I don't know if it's done like that. Does it mean we have to be using a particular tag like P2 all through? Do we
Like
choose that for?
P2.
Yes.
We don't have P2, we only have P.
Okay, sorry. Okay, we only have P.
Yeah, P means for paragraph. Only heading has 1, 2, 3 to 6. You know why?
No, sir.
Good. The reason why heading has numbers is because of different levels of heading we can have. Then in school, we have main heading, subheading, and those subheading might have subheading inside of it. I don't know
Yeah.
if you understand. Good. So those level is the reason why you have those numbers there.
Okay.
Good. So if I have heading one and I want to create another heading, and that heading is a subheading of that word, I'm going to make that heading two. Like if you check this project, you see that we did not use heading three. Did you notice
Yeah.
that? Good, because
Yes.
we don't have a third level heading. We only have second level heading because this heading they are subheading of this one. So we don't have like, if this one had like a subheading inside of it, that heading will be heading three.
Okay.
Good. So that's how it is.
But like this one, I'm seeing my services and this technical expertise. They are all the same size. Like
Yes,
the
because
the,
they are
the
yes, because they are subheading of this heading here.
okay.
Good. All of them are under this.
H
But
under
under this Anita Joy,
H
that is H1. Yes. So
let me
that's why,
like
because these guys are under this heading that's H1, they are going to be H2.
okay, okay,
But let's say, for example, now, this front end were to be heading, this will not be H3. Let's say front end, back end, and database, they are heading. All of them are going to be H3 because they are subheading of this guy, which is H2.
oh, I get it now.
Yeah, so that's how it works. So,
Thank you.
so that was why I told you that you might not get to H6. You might not use
Okay.
H6. Yeah, you might never use H6.
Okay, excuse me, please.
All right.
This contact with me,
Yeah,
the this under it, the email and the LinkedIn and the rest.
yeah.
I think they are the same size with they are the same size with H2.
Yes, yes, yes. They are the same size, but don't design it like that. I think that was a mistake in the design.
Okay, that's we are
Yeah,
supposed to use strong.
yeah, yes. Just is strong. That was a mistake in the design.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any other question? Any other question?
No, no,
All right.
for me no question.
So this is your assignment. This is your assignment. So if you come to lecture five assignments, you are going to see the assignments I have there for you. So you see, we have assignments and classwork. So this is the classwork we do. So you are going to complete it, and this is the assignment. So complete the classwork and also do the assignment. Then when you are done, when you are done, this is how you submit your code. Let me show you how you submit it. So if you want to submit it, come to CodePen. Just go to codepen.io. Now when you go to codepen.io, remember I told you guys to create an account. So just create an account. When you create, I think I have an account in one of my browsers. Let me check this browser. I think I have an account here. Let me use this one. Okay. All right. So I think I have an account here. Oh, I don't have an account here too. All right. So when you create an account, if you create an account, just come to start coding. When you click on start coding, it's going to open this your stuff here because this is how you submit it when you are done. Then go to your code and just control A, copy everything, come to your code pen and paste everything in this HTML file. Don't put anything in the CSS and JavaScript. Just paste everything inside HTML. And when you are done with that, it's going to show like this. It's going to show like this. Right. So when you are done, you can now save it. But if I'm trying to save, it's going to tell me to log in, and I don't have an account now. When you log in, when you save it, it's going to save. Then you can go to your project, copy the link, and send it to me. But if you can't do it, you should not worry. Just make sure you do the assignments. If you can't do it, don't worry. Then in the next class, I'll show you how to submit it. I will create an account and I'll show you how to submit it. But just try, create an account, just paste it, save it. When you save it, then you can submit the link. Just submit the link to me so that I can view it from my own browser. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. So that's how you should do the
It's clear.
assignment. Any question?
No question.
So, sir, that means all we need to know is our different tags,
Yes, and their function.
their content.
But that's not all oh, for today.
For this structuring aspect,
Yes,
sir.
for today's
Okay, for
class. Yes, what you need to understand, because there are other things you need to understand about HTML. But for now, understand your tags and what they do. It's very important.
okay, okay, okay.
So tomorrow we're going to talk about other type of tag. I'm still going to introduce you to something new.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. God bless you all.
And you too, sir.
You too.